Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, TikTok. I wanted to get on here this morning first to encourage somebody to say good morning. I'm doing a video because Facebook now take your lives down for some reason, or maybe I just don't know how to keep them up there, but it says only keep for 10 days, and they don't have the option where you want to keep them, period. Or I have to have somebody show me how to actually keep my videos up. But I wanted to get on here this morning to just say good morning, to encourage someone that could be going through some things. I think we all are going through something. Everybody has something that they are going through. And if you're not, God bless you. It's beautiful. But I'm talking to the ones that are going through some things. Even pastors, they may have a time that the Lord spoken with them, like God has spoken with me, and He told me to be still. I heard Him soundly. He said to be still. He told me to, deal with the children, but be still. So I am doing that. I work with the children now. This is my season to work with the children and to think about what I need to do with my life and to get my life in order. The first thing first He told me to tell you guys is to first pray. When you get up in the morning, pray. Ask God to order your steps. Ask Him to guide you. Ask Him to order every step. Wherever you go, whatever you do, whatever you decide to do, ask God to order your step. That's the first thing. Because without order, without direction, He told me to tell y'all will be lost. Without order, without direction, you will be lost. We don't want to be lost. What happened when they were in the wilderness? Because of sin, they were in that wilderness longer than they should have been. They've been in that wilderness for 40 years. 40 years. 40 years. Not 40 days, but 40 years out in the wilderness. And that's not the plan that God originally had for them. But without trusting in God, without believing really in Him, sometimes we can be lost for years. So we have to listen to the voice, obey His commandments, do what He tells us to do. He will see us through, He will guide us. And we won't be lost for longer than we should be. We won't be lost longer than the time that we should be. But sometimes it takes some of us longer than others. So it's not that God left you. It's not that He forsakes you. It's just without obedience. And you don't listen to the voice of God. You don't listen to His commandments. You're not being obedient. Sometimes we are lost and we are stuck in a place that we have no reason to be stuck in. But if we just listen to His voice and be obedient, believe me, He will bring us out. He's still going to be with us even when we are disobedient. God never leaves us. And the word says He never leaves us nor forsake us. So He never leaves us. We leave Him. We turn our back on God. So we are stuck. And God don't want us stuck. He don't want us like this. Just stuck. You are stuck. I don't know who I'm talking to. Pastor, evangelist, just a person that's watching, someone that may not even believe in God. You stuck because of unbelief. You're stuck because of unbelief. You're stuck because you're not believing on His true and living word. So when God tells you to be still, even if you are in a backslid condition and God said, be still. Be still. Listen to the voice of God. And then when He tell you to go, you make that move and you go. Whatever direction He tell you. Because you don't want to be in a place and be stuck for 40 years in that same place. So we are stuck because we choose to be in that same place. We are stuck, again, because we choose to be in that same place. Why are we in that same place? Because of not listening to the voice of God. We stuck in that same place because of disobedience. And we are still stuck in that same place because of sin. What does it say when you are in sin? Sin leads to death. But if we listen to God's voice, what happens? He opened up the windows from heaven. He pours down blessing where we won't even have room enough to receive it. And that's why I said there are some people in a place that you just see prosperity. You see blessings over top of blessings because of their obedience. And we as Christians should not be jealous of another Christian that is walking in obedience. There are Christians that are walking in disobedience. I'm going to say that again. There are Christians that are walking in disobedience. Why are you so disobedient? Why are you so disobedient? Sorry. Why are you so disobedient? Because you want to do what you want to do. And that is a dangerous place. That is a dangerous place that could lead to death. And you have to ask yourself, are you in the right standings with the Lord? Are you really walking up righteously? When God said, I am holy and you should be holy also, are you walking in holiness? Are you walking in it? A lot of us is not walking in it. Walking in it. Are you walking in your calling? Or are you still stuck because of disobedience? Are you doing what God called you to do? Are you letting go all your sin? Are you letting go all your things that God told you to let go? And are you truly walking in full obedience? The reason why things are not happening and the reason why things are not moving, because you are walking in disobedience. And that does not mean that God does not still love you. That means he still loves you. He is so generous. God is so generous to us. But we don't want his wrath to come down on us. And a lot of us say, well, why do these things happen? Why did my house get caught on fire? Why am I homeless? Why I'm in these situations? Because you was not walking in obedience. And some things God allowed to happen to see if you still believe, to see if you would turn from him, to see if you would be faithful to him. So we have to be faithful to God. I didn't want to prolong this video. I really wanted to do 5 minutes, but it's now 7 minutes long. But I'm asking you guys, if God tells you to do something, be obedient to do it. Even as a pastor, if he tell you to sit down, sit down. If he say, I just want you to work with the children, just work with the children. If he say, just do inspirations, just do inspiration. If he tell you to put another pastor in place, put another pastor in place. If he say, in this house, this is what I want for this church, you have to listen and be obedient. I'm listening to God. And in this season, he said, work with the children. In this season, he said, do inspirations. In this season, he said, the things that you're going through, I need you to walk and stand up and talk to the people and to give your testimony and tell them how you came out of the things that you've been in. Because some things that I've been in, even me, I was walking in disobedience, so things was not moving. I'm giving you my testimony. Okay? So when you're walking in disobedience, sometimes things just you're stuck. It's not that God don't love you. It's just that you are walking in disobedience. So he can't give you something when you're disobedient. That's just like if you got a child, okay? You got a child and you tell her, if you do this one thing, hallelujah. Hey, he said, and you tell that child, you do this one thing and be obedient and listen to your mother. I'm going to give you that toy that you've been wanting. But if you don't listen, I'm not giving it to you. Okay? So sometimes God got to do us the same way. He got to put our things on hold. Sometimes our blessings is held up and we wonder why things ain't moving, because you're walking in disobedience. And I could talk about it because I was walking in disobedience. Yes, I'm not perfect. None is perfect. We are all striving to be. And we all make mistakes. But God wants us to stop, because we don't want his wrath to come down on us. And sometimes walking in disobedience is a dangerous place. So he told me to tell y'all this, because I could have got harmed. I could have been in a dangerous situation because of not listening to the voice of God and walking in disobedience. He even said, put pastors in place. I don't know about you. I'm a pastor. But he said, for me to get to listen to his voice and put pastors in place, because there's some pastors that never even got a chance. Put them in place. Allow them to elevate the way I want them to elevate. Put them in place. If they come, they come. They don't, they don't. But you did your part by offering that opportunity, by telling them to come and give the word to his people. When God gives you something, you got to do it. If he put you in place and you're not using your gift, you got to listen. You got to be obedient, because whatever you got in you, it got to come out so someone else can get blessed. So you got to listen. You got to listen to God. You got to listen to God. So you got to pray. You got to fast. You got to seek his face. You got to listen to the voice. You got to understand which way he wants you to go. You must listen to his voice. He said, my sheep know my voice. These are all words from God, not from me. He said, my sheep know my voice. He wants you to walk in it. Walk in your calling. Do your discipleship. And when he say sit down, be still. He told me to sit down, be still right now. So he got me sitting down. He will tell you when you're supposed to sit down. So if he say sit down, sit down. So I am in a place of sitting down and listening. But also he said, I need you to do inspiration so you can encourage other ministers, other pastors, so they can walk in their calling and do their discipleship. But are you walking in it? Listen to the voice of God. Be open to that opportunity when he give it to you. When somebody say, oh, I would like for you to speak, and God tell you to do it, do it. If God tell you no, because he wants you at a sit down time, you have to be honest. God has me at a sit down time, and I have to listen to his voice, and that should be fine, because you're being obedient by the true and living God. God is the word, and the word is God. You are listening to the true and living word. It's like a fresh of breath air, and he is our air that we breathe. Once he blew into us, that is the breath of life. Listen to his voice. He's going to guide you. He's going to feed you. He's not going to forsake you, church. He's not going to forsake you. He's going to be right there waiting on you. You just got to have open arms to accept him. If you don't know Jesus today, accept Jesus today. That's what I'm here to tell you. If you don't believe today. If this message done something to your spirit, accept Jesus today, church. I love you guys. This was something I had to do, and I'm being obedient. I had to give you this early morning inspiration, words of encouragement, because I don't have it anymore on Facebook Live, so I have to do it this way. But I love you guys, and I encourage you to walk in your calling. Do your discipleship. And when he tell you to sit down and be still and allow him to give the word back to you and listen to the gospel, do what he say. Eat that word. Eat that word, so when it comes back out, someone is getting the bread of life. Give life. Give life today, and give your life over to Christ. God bless you. I hope you was inspired of my early morning inspiration. Words of encouragement. Here is your girl, Pastor Blonda the Towns. Love you.